Doesn't it feel great to be alive? What's up, baseball YouTube fans? Hope all you guys are having a great and lovely Saturday and weekend eve. By the way, guys, happy Friday, happy weekend eve. Can't believe tomorrow's the weekend, so it feels great to say that, guys. But we have a lot to get to in tonight's episode. So without further ado, guys, before we get into tonight's episode, we're going to talk about the first signee for the Boise Hawks in 2026, and then we will get into the big MLB news. So without further ado, guys, welcome back to the channel of Main Event Baseball with Ryan right here on YouTube. Sorry, guys, had MLB TV on out in the living room, and I didn't want that to be in the background for tonight's episode, so I moved into my office, all right? But yes, guys, earlier today, the Boise Hawks, a team in the Pioneer Independent Baseball League, made their first player announcement, and he is a re-signee, guys. So what better way to have some Boise Hawks baseball breaking news than on a Friday, guys? And it is the first player signed for the 2026 Pioneer League Boise Hawks season. It is utility player Ethan Underwood. So Ethan Underwood, guys, was not on the Boise Hawks opening day roster in 2025, but he spent the majority of the 2025 Boise Hawks time in the Pioneer League. He only spent the 2025 Pioneer League season with the Boise Hawks, guys. And here is how it, so according to Baseball Reference, here's how Ethan Underwood did for the Boise Hawks in 2025. He played 88 games. Now, what that means, guys, in the 88 games is he started 88 games, okay? Had 392 plate appearances. He actually did really well, guys. You look at all that, he had a batting average of a 337 with a 463 on-base percentage. He had a 453 slugging, 916 OPS, so just under 1,000 OPS, guys. He tore it up with the Boise Hawks, guys. According to Baseball Reference, he had, he had 6 home runs and 68 RBIs with 23 stolen bases. Ethan Underwood, who is a re-signee for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks season, had one of the most stolen bases on the team, but it was Noah Marcello who had the most stolen bases for the Boise Hawks in 2025 and actually led the Pioneer Independent Baseball League with the most stolen bases last year. And Noah Marcello, by the way, will not be returning to the Boise Hawks in 2026. But first, I wanted to say congratulations to utility player Ethan Underwood. He is the first player announced for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks Pioneer League season, which, by the way, again, guys, the Boise Hawks will have a new manager of my good friend Sean Persky, who served as the hitting coach and pitching coach for the Boise Hawks in 2025. Again, guys, Ethan Underwood was the first player announced to return to the Hawks in 2026. And he, again, is a re-signee. Again, he was not on the Boise Hawks spring training or opening day roster last season, but it will be a very big difference and influence to the Hawks, guys. Again, he is labeled as a utility player, which, if you ask my definition of a utility player, I have to say someone that could play 3 or more positions, guys. Ethan Underwood was playing second base, third base, shortstop. He did DH at times, guys. Last year, he produced very well for the Hawks. There were a lot of reasons we won games because of Ethan Underwood. I'm not saying he was the only reason, but I am saying that there was many guys. But yeah, guys, Ethan Underwood was announced by the Boise Hawks earlier today on the Boise Hawks social media that he is the first player announced for your 2026 Boise Hawks. Again, guys, the Boise Hawks, here's how it goes, guys. Every player that is announced for the Boise Hawks from right now and today to May will have to make it through spring training. And spring training, or Boise Hawks spring training, guys, is about 3 weeks long. And then during spring training, the Boise Hawks will play at least 3 exhibition games, guys. When we have the opponents for those exhibition games, I will let you guys know. I'm pretty sure at least 1 or 2 of those exhibition games will be against our in-state rival, the Idaho Falls Chuckers. But those 2 exhibition games against the Idaho Falls Chuckers will not count for the 2026 Pioneer League baseball season. But yes, guys, again, my mom was telling me the other day that she predicted the Boise Hawks would start announcing players by Tuesday. And it turns out on a Friday afternoon, right here in Boise, Idaho, Ethan Underwood is the first player announced for the upcoming 2026 Boise Hawks squad. And he will be probably by the end of April, beginning of May, depending on when Boise Hawk manager Sean Persky wants Boise Hawks spring training to begin. But he is back, guys. It is not just a re-signee, guys. It is a huge re-signee because it is a utility player, and a utility player who can hit the ball really well, guys, and play the field really well, guys. So, you know what, guys? I think it's really good that the Boise Hawks and Sean Persky were able to get Ethan Underwood back. Again, this is a guy that contributed in a huge way for the Boise Hawks in 2025, and hopefully he can take what he did last season with the Hawks and make this season a whole lot better, guys. So, again, the first player announced for the 2026 Boise Hawks is a returnee and utility of Ethan Underwood. And might I add, just a little reminder, guys, the Boise Hawks home opener will be Tuesday, May 19th against our other rival in the Pioneer League of Evan Parker and his Ogden Raptors. But the Boise Hawks will play the first 12 games of the regular season right here at home in Boise, Idaho. We will have our opening homestand, 6 against the Ogden Raptors, and then 6 against one of the newest teams in the Pioneer League of the Modesto Glow Riders. But and that has never been done in all the years of the Boise Hawks in the Pioneer League. The Boise Hawks, since joining the Pioneer League all the way back in 2021, have never started 12 games at home, and that will all begin this season. So there will be a lot of Boise Hawks Pioneer League baseball in the month of May, and it all begins, guys, well, May 19th is our home opener, but we will have some exhibition games at Hawks Memorial Stadium, probably the week before the home opener, and all of that. But yes, guys, Tuesday, May 19th, home opener against the Ogden Raptors. And Ethan Underwood, guys, is one guy that actually killed against the Ogden Raptors, guys. Like I said, if you go to Baseball Reference, guys, Ethan Underwood had 6 home runs, and 3 of those home runs, 3 of the 6 home runs, Ethan Underwood had were against none other than the Ogden Raptors, guys. So it will be really interesting, guys. Ogden Raptors, Boise Hawks, a little bit of a rivalry to kick off the 2026 Boise Hawks Pioneer League season right here in the city of trees of Boise, Idaho. But yeah, guys, the very first signing for the Hawks is Ethan Underwood, a utility player. I am very, very interested to see how many utility players will be on the 2026 or possibly the 2026 Pioneer League champions Boise Hawks roster. All right, guys, so you probably heard the news about Kyle Tucker. We talked it a little bit at the end of last night's episode. Kyle Tucker, one of the hottest free agents in MLB, has found a new home, and it is with the team that has won the last 2 MLB World Series, the LA Dodgers. Now, I wanted to read you the projected starting lineup for the LA Dodgers, and I want you guys to really look into this. Whoops, I went too far, didn't I? Well, guys, hold on. See, I'm on MLB on Fox, and I know they posted it. Maybe they didn't. Hold on. So, yeah, let's look at it, guys. The LA Dodgers starting lineup with Kyle Tucker, and it may have not been there. Maybe it was in MLB. Guys, I know I saw it, and I don't know why they're hiding it, but all right, guys, well, you know what? So here's the LA Dodgers projected lineup, and I want you to listen to this, all right? Leading off, the designated hitter or the two-way player, Shohei Ohtani. Batting second at shortstop, Mookie Betts. Batting third at first base, Freddie Freeman. Batting fourth, the catcher, Will Smith. Batting fifth in right field, Kyle Tucker. Batting sixth in left field, Teoscar Hernandez. Seventh at third base, Max Muncy. Batting eighth in center, Andy Pajes. Batting ninth at second, Tommy Edman. Now, look at that lineup, guys. Now, I will say this. I know the LA Dodgers have won the past 2 World Series, but could they win 3 straight World Series, guys? I mean, we all know that the LA Dodgers, they don't need a player like Kyle Tucker. They don't. They're so good. And you know what? Everybody is all over the internet like saying that the LA Dodgers are ruining the game of baseball. Well, I may not really be an LA Dodger fan, but that's a flat out lie. All right? Baseball. The LA Dodgers are the team to beat in 2026. But the other 29 MLB teams are nothing more than jealous. And I'm the Chicago Cubs fan. Kyle Tucker was on my Cubbies last year. Even though I knew my Cubbies were not going to get Kyle Tucker in 2026. But here's the thing, guys. The LA Dodgers have won the past 2 World Series. They're going to be the team to beat again in 2026. Feels like every single year, the Dodgers are the team to beat. But hear me out, okay? Kyle Tucker going to the Dodgers and being the everyday right fielder, good luck. If, you know what, when it comes to the other 29 MLB teams, all I got to say is good luck. All right? But it was made late last night. Kyle Tucker has a new home, and it is the beautiful city of Los Angeles, California. Guys, I know the late, great Vin Scully has got to be smiling ear to ear knowing that the Dodgers got Kyle Tucker, guys. It was like maybe the late, great, iconic Vin Scully was giving Dodger fans a little late or early Christmas present. But if you're an LA Dodger fan, you have got to be smiling and grinning ear to ear, guys. But that was made late last night, guys. But we have even more news on MLB and one of the hottest free agents that signed with the New York Mets earlier today. All right, guys, in case you guys don't know what happened earlier this morning, Bo Bichette has a new home in none other than New York City with the New York Mets. And according to MLB on Fox social media, this is how the predicted or projected New York Mets 2026 lineup will be. Leading off at shortstop, Francisco Lindor. I'll get back to that in a minute. Batting second in right field, Juan Soto. Batting third at third base, Bo Bichette. Batting fourth at first base, Jorge Polanco. Batting fifth at second base, Marcus Cinnamon. Batting sixth, the DH, Brett Beatty. Batting seventh and catching, Francisco Alvarez. Batting eighth in left field, Carson Bench. And batting ninth in center field, Tyrone Taylor. Now let's go back. Francisco Lindor, projected and predicted and probably going to be guaranteed the everyday shortstop for the New York Mets. So Bo Bichette, who signed with the Mets earlier today, it has been announced according to MLB and MLB Network, Bo Bichette will be the everyday third baseman for the New York Mets. So here is my question for you guys. What do you think of Bo Bichette going to the New York Mets and having a new position? Bo Bichette, you know what, guys? The Mets are going to be like the Dodgers of the NL East. You got the Dodgers, but the LA Dodgers of the NL East is going to be the New York Mets. And when you look at the 5 teams in the NL East, the Washington Nationals, the Atlanta Braves, the Miami Marlins, the New York Mets, and the Philadelphia Phillies, only 2 out of 5 look at contenders for me. I think you got the New York Mets and the Philadelphia Phillies that are going to be contenders in the NL East. Now, maybe the Atlanta Braves, but definitely the Phillies and the Mets will be a favorite. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of that signing down below in the comment section. 6 weeks from today will be the beginning of 2026 MLB spring training baseball games. I cannot believe it, guys. We are not just in the final month with no baseball, but we are 6 weeks, exactly 6 weeks away from opening day for MLB spring training baseball games. Not all teams will play their games 6 weeks from today. There are 2 MLB teams that will be playing a college team 6 weeks from today. And those 2 teams will be the Boston Red Sox and the Minnesota Twins. The Boston Red Sox will host Northeastern University for the 18th consecutive year, except 2020. That is a tradition that they do down at JetBlue Park every year for the past 19 years. And it will be for the 20th time. It will be Northeastern University taking on the Boston Red Sox. And then later in that evening, also in Fort Myers at the Minnesota Twins, the University of Minnesota will play the Minnesota Twins. That has been going on the past 7 years, guys. Those are the only 2 MLB teams that will play a college team. Everybody, all MLB teams will be playing on the very next day, which is Saturday. But yes, guys, 6 weeks from today, we have 2026 MLB spring training baseball. I cannot wait, guys. And what is even better is we are less than a month away from opening day for high school baseball, college baseball, guys. I mean, literally, baseball, guys, is literally almost back. And I am so pumped up for it, guys. It is going to be an amazing time, guys. I bet you guys are more excited than I am, guys. But I would love to know what you guys are most excited for the upcoming 2026 baseball season. So definitely let me know down below in the comment section, guys. I will be going to spring training again this year in Florida and Arizona. So I will have YouTube coverage from both and all that. I wish I could tell you what games I'm going to go to, even though some of them I already have tickets for. I'm going to wait for a later time to give you guys that. But main event baseball with Ryan on YouTube will be from the Grapefruit League and the Cactus League this year in MLB spring training. It's going to be a really fun time, and you guys will definitely not want to miss it. But yeah, guys, like I just said at the beginning of the episode, the Boise Hawks made their first announcement on the player for the upcoming 2026 season in utility player Ethan Underwood. So welcome back to Boise Hawks baseball, Mr. Ethan Underwood. And we will have more Boise Hawks coverage as time goes on. But yeah, I still want to know. You know what? If I know it's January, and I know big league camp and spring training hasn't even started yet. But if you guys could predict the two teams that will be in this year's World Series come November, who do you got? That's what I want to know. So try to at least predict the two teams that will play in this year's MLB World Series. I know it's like a really tough question to ask, but I'm just curious. I want to know who you guys have, not to win the World Series, but the two teams that you think will be in this year's MLB World Series, guys. I have a feeling I'm going to hear a lot of Dodgers, Mets, Yankees, but what we also got to talk about coming up is the World Baseball Classic. So we will talk more about that as well, because that is coming up really quick as well. So, but there you go. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you guys on Main Event Baseball with Ryan. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. We're getting one day closer to baseball season. I'm not just excited. I mean, the whole baseball community is. But as always, guys, drop a like if you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already, guys. And if there's anything you guys want me to talk about a little bit more on the channel, you feel free to let me know down below, guys. And yeah, it is one day closer to baseball season. Have a great rest of your Friday night, guys. Happy Friday. Stay safe. I'll see you all in the next episode.